I've learned so much from having kids. This is my first kid, my only kid, and you know, I'm an old dad. I would say older, but that seems to be sugarcoating the reality. I'm old, and so I'm an old dad, and I've learned a lot. And there really are truly so many awful things about having a child, but one of the worst is that I now have to engage in small talk and chit-chat that I would never fucking ever engage in, ever. You know? Like before I had a kid and I'd be hanging out at the playground, if I was at the park or something and there are, a bunch of kids, yelling and screaming and shouting and acting up, and then, some guy next to me, a stranger, would, referencing the kids, go, "Boy, they're a handful, huh?" Before I had a kid, if somebody said that to me, my reaction would be like, "What the fuck?" And I'd walk away, and that'd be the correct thing to do. That'd be the right thing to do. But, am I having a stroke, or did the light just go up a little bit? It did, right? Okay. That was weird. I went over here and that's also part of getting older, is like, am I dying? This is how I want to go. I want to go out like this. But now that I have a kid, I have to engage that person, and I have to talk to them, because that's a potential play date, and you have to have as many play dates in your back pocket, because it's inevitable that at some point my wife is going to be out of town and I'm going to wake up not even hungover, just drunk, like clinically still very drunk, and I'm going to have to put that kid somewhere for an hour, just to take a shit, like one of those mornings. And so now I got to talk to that guy. And here's the thing, Boise, I live in Brooklyn, New York, and it is filled with young hipster parents. Filled with them. And so I'll be at the playground, right, with my daughter, and this guy will come up and, just like with one of those like orange, woolly caps, like longshoreman toque or whatever, but they roll it all the way up. You know what I mean? They like roll it up to here. So it's not even doing the one fucking thing a hat is supposed to do. You're not wearing it properly. It's not. Also, you're bald, so it just looks like a weird pasty for the top of your head. It's like this, And so they have that thing, and then one of these, 23 skidoo mustaches, and like a full sleeve of like retro toasters or some shit like that, right? And wearing culottes and a skirt and high-heeled Crocs and a big old like glistening oily whetstone, right? Like a big whetstone dangling off a leather sheath, right? And you're like, what the fuck? Who? When? How? Why? Oh, the whetstone. Oh, yes. Yes. Well, I just came back from crafting. The gang and I get together and we craft. Each weekend we get together and we craft. And I make bespoke, artisanal, handcrafted, farm-to-table marbles. And then we get together, the gang and I all get together and play marbles or mubbly peg or jacks. And because I think we've gotten so cynical and jaded as a society in the last 4 or 5 years, what with COVID and he who shall not be named. Don't make me say his name. And so the gang and I get together, and we're trying to get back that innocent, that joy, that youthful joy, and by playing games of not of our youth, but the youth of our fathers' fathers' fathers. A simpler, more innocent time. And anyway, that asshole will come up to me, right? So I'll be there with my daughter, and that guy will be like, oh man, boy, they're a handful, huh? Yeah. Can be sometimes, yeah. Yeah, boy. Which one's yours? The blonde girl on the monkey bars over there. Oh, yeah, she's playing with mine. That's my boy. That's Copernicus. Yeah. Yeah. Boy, that kid is something, I'll tell you what. That kid is 6 going on 30. You know what I mean? No, I don't. How? In what way is he? What does he have? Heart disease? You know what?